Hello and welcome to Flights of Fandom, the show where we create improvised fan fiction using tabletop role-playing games. I'm David, he, him. I'm a graphic designer, an illustrator, and a game designer. If you want to check out what I do, you can go over to dbb-8.itch.io, and I will be your game master this evening. This week, we are, once again, continuing Longshot, our flight in the Star Wars universe. We're going to be playing the Forged in the Dark role-playing game, Scum and Villainy. And this evening, I'm joined, as I have been in this flight, by the following amazing people.
Hi, I'm Puja, and you can find me on the internet at Puja on Twitter and at Pujabberwocky in the chat tonight and on Instagram. And I'm playing Ahesha Laluar, a Togruta mechanic who is very hesitant to find out what happens next. And also, both of our pronouns are she, her.
What's up, y'all? I'm Hopper. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be, and I can be found in the tinkly, weird, dark, cobwebby corners of the internet as Fail Deadly. That's Fail Deadly with a 3 instead of an E, so it kind of looks like Fail Badly, which also works. And tonight I'll be playing Cheekra, the Ewok savage, who this is gonna go great. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Hey everyone, I'm Marcy, aka Experimental Madness, and that's where you can find me under most places around the internet. Tonight, I am playing the Arcanian offshoot pilot Zethu Desh, who has been led away from the rest of the party, and I'm very nervous about what happens next.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Hi, I'm Wesley. Any pronoun will do. You can find me around the internet as Horniest Lobster, except on Twitch, where I'm Missouri. And tonight I am continuing to play the Doctor. The Doctor.
The Doctor?
The Doctor.
This entire time?
Wait, where's
wow.
your TARDIS, though?
This has taken a turn. All right.
We're all companions.
Yes,
Plot
and.
twist.
All right, so we are going to jump in, as we have been with Longshot, with our Star Wars opening crawl. And with that, our view moves out from the star field and lands on a leather-gloved hand up against the starry night sky over Ord Mantell City. This is the hand of Ziara Nazoa. She's a red-skinned Twi'lek in black leather pants and a black leather sleeveless top with a high collar, and she's standing on a walkway jutting out from the upper levels of the Rancor Club, lit by neon holos surrounding the club building. Behind her, we see an Imperial Lambda-class shuttle, one of those classic Imperial shuttles with the 3 wings. And before her, we see Zethu Desh. Zethu, tell us who we see standing across from Ziara.
So you see a very pale white skinned woman, in fact, albino, with silver hair, colorless pupils. She's currently wearing a rather fancy getup. I think even for all her bravado, it's very obvious that she's not used to wearing these kinds of materials. She looks very not confused, but she's definitely on her guard, but slightly shaken up due to the events that happened at the party. She's watching Ziara very, very carefully to see kind of what her next move is, and by proxy, Zethu's own. This is a woman who's got plenty of scars. A lot of them are fresh right now. She's got a couple of burn scars that she's clearly covered up with some makeup splashed across her face and her neck and her shoulders. Evidence of a warehouse heist gone awry. That comes with the territory.
Not
it's
awry.
fine. She looks wiry and built, not like super bulky, but clearly this is a woman who has been living rough for many, many years. She's in her early 30s, and she's a professional. So, or at least she was up until this moment. Now she might be a little bit out of her depth.
So, Ziara has her hand extended out to her side, and she says to you, Zethu, "Let me show you something." She flicks her hand, and the shuttle's landing ramp comes down. And then you can see she's trying to be nonchalant, but there's a look of definite concentration that crosses her face, and her fingers flex, and this double-ended vibroblade staff flies from the open shuttle right into her hand. How'd you like to be able to do that?
Well, I can't say that wouldn't make my life easier in many ways.
I think you can. People like us, there's not many of us.
What do you mean by that? We're not the same.
Crystal, we are very much the same. You sensed it when you saw me, and I sensed it when I saw you. You have the Force. I know you do. Even if you don't know it yet. I can show you how to do things like that.
What, summon a weapon into my hand?
That and more.
There's more?
Oh, Crystal, there is so much more.
Look, I've relied on these instincts for a while. They've not really led me astray yet, and right now, almost all of them are telling me to follow you.
Then your instincts are right. That's what I'm talking about. That's the Force. It's everywhere. And if you know how to do it, you can just reach out and grab it.
Well, You're certainly selling it pretty hard, I gotta say. So you, where exactly would you be taking me?
Well, I'm working for the Imperials right now. I'm not sure how long that contract is gonna last, but if I can train you, show you a few tricks, enough to impress them, I can get you in on that. We could be a pretty good team.
The Imperials collecting?
Collecting what?
The Force? Whatever it is that we can do?
Not us. They're interested in different things. Well, quite honestly, their imaginations leave a little to be desired.
No kidding.
They're concerned with starships, weapons, lasers, blasters. Things that they can see and touch and use to destroy. I'm a little more independent. I've been a mercenary for a while. The Imperials hired me because I have a bit of a reputation. And the reason that I have a bit of a reputation is because I can do things that very, very few people can. And when I come across somebody else who seems like they can do those things, that is very, very interesting to me. What are you doing right now, huh, Crystal? What amazing thing are you doing with your life? Because what I'm offering you... what I'm offering you is so much more than survival.
Listen, I've stayed alive this long doing what I do purely based on those instincts and the fact that nothing is more important than surviving this galaxy. So you tell me that you can train up some of these things, the Force, whatever you want to call it. Is that going to give me an edge?
Oh, that will give you an edge.
That feels like a good deal.
I was hoping you'd say there. She walks up to you slowly, and sort of gently puts an arm around you and begins leading you down the walkway toward the shuttle. And with that, we will pop over to the interior of the Rancor Club. We are back inside the club. Things here are hopping. We see this large multi-story main room that we've been in before with several layers of wraparound balconies, this gold Art Deco detailing everywhere, hover lights, neon holo decorations. On the ground floor, we have this big U-shaped bar with this huge tower of expensive liquors reaching up into the center of the open space. There are these circular leather couches scattered around, serving droids zipping in between them, and a central dance floor in front of a stage with this Biff band jamming out. Currently, there's a huge crowd in the center of the dance floor. They're hyped up, they're dancing close together, which is how you know that we're playing in a magical, far-off sci-fi fantasy scenario where things are not real, because there's a whole lot of people packed in here and they're like breathing on each other. So, on the edges of this crowd, on two opposite sides of this roiling mass of partygoers, we see Cheekra on one side, sneaking out of the curtains of the VIP lounge, and on the other side, moving away towards the outside of the crowd, we see Ahesha and Caden Beale. So, Cheekra, who do we see coming out from the VIP lounge?
You see a small, though average for their species height, Ewok with this dark gray curly fur and a traditional rust-colored Ewok hood, and very little else, and by very little, literally nothing else. Seem to be wobbling a little bit. The bright gold of their eyes is a little bit, their pupils are a little bit dilated, and they seem to have acquired somebody else's drink, which as they're toddling, kind of, it's hard to say whether this is an act or whether the furry little bastard is actually a little bit drunk, but they are toddling their way towards the exit.
Great. So you look across the crowd, and your eyes, Cheekra, briefly meet Ahesha's on the other side of the room. Whose eyes do we see?
As the camera pans over from Cheekra, it passes a lot of knees and then stops at the base of a maroon dress. And I'll put a link to the dress in the Twitch chat. And it goes up, 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 up. And when you reach the level where you think you'd see a human head, it just keeps going up, and you see a very tall Togruta in a fairly conservative red dress with gold chains wrapped across them as a possible handle for a certain murder teddy bear. And other than that, you see deep coppery bronze skin and enormous blue and white montrals ending in tails. You have your very finely dressed and not super happy about it Togruta mechanic of the Longshot, who is undercover according to lessons that were given to her by a certain Dr. Gom.
And
how to blend in.
At your side is Caden Beale, the independent Republic operative who is on planet investigating the Black Suns. He was the one who tipped you off to the existence of this Imperial base in the first place, and the need to get these code cylinders, which are now hidden in Cheekra's hood. And I have written down the description of Caden Beale as a Chris-looking human man.
Yeah.
In
yes.
a dark suit. Currently, his blonde hair is dyed brown in a very, very light attempt at being incognito, as the Black Suns have already kidnapped him and beaten him up once. Maybe they're interested in doing that again, now that he's crashed their private party.
I mean, he's just a highly attractive yet generically Chris-looking face white guy.
Yeah,
I believe he said he was Chris Evansworth.
he's a
Evan
classic
Evan
Chrisworth.
Chrisworth.
Evans Chrisworth.
Yeah,
He's undercover as Evan Chrisworth tonight.
and he's doing a great job.
Yes, yes.
Our view then moves over from Caden and Ahesha to the roiling center of this dancing crowd, where we see Dr. Gom. Gom, who do we see here?
Well, you see someone who looks like anything other than a doctor right now. He's a human male, early 30s, little below average height, dressed in a secondhand thrift store the closest he can find to like an imperial like style suit that his dad used to wear when he was a kid. While it started in the night looking pretty decent and like pretty form-fitting, it is now completely loose and maybe even rotate a little to the side, but he doesn't notice. He is
top buttons undone.
Yeah, top buttons undone. Whatever like cuffs he had are missing at this point. Who knows when those fell off. He is in the smack middle of the crowd dancing after having started this distraction for his teammates. In order to blend in, he is drunk enough to he's drunk, but he's been trying to slow his drinking down over the course of the night as he was helping hand out shots. Alas, he is still drunk and trying to move away, which is he is finding difficult.
Yes. Your friend Cran is beside you, your old university roommate who has now apparently become an imperial officer, is drunkenly dancing beside you, holding aloft his drink, probably spilling it everywhere. Gom, you and Ahesha and Caden have all gotten, and I suppose Zethu as well, have all gotten word in your ear from Cheekra that he has obtained the code cylinders, which was your objective at this party. Cheekra was able to grab a full set of code cylinders off of a high-ranking Imperial officer up in the VIP lounge, which should, when decoded, give you the location of the Imperial base and your ultimate bounty here on Ord Mantell. However, you're gonna have to get yourselves out of this party first. So, Ahesha, you're already off to the side with Caden. You can, start sliding your way out easily enough. Cheekra, you have to make it all the way across the room, either through and around the crowd. And Gom, you're right in the middle of it, and your friend is practically hanging on you. You're surrounded by his friends, the friends that he has made, a bunch of mix of Imperials and Black Suns gangsters, who are now all around you. And I believe Ahesha spotted Zethu up on the third floor balcony, heading towards a completely different exit with a, I think, as yet mysterious red Twi'lek stranger.
Yeah, I think
so. That's the situation as it stands.
Zethu had said something that indicated that she was leaving, and so Ahesha had spotted her, and she had quickly turned on the tracker in Zethu's comm device.
Yep. So you do have Zethu's exact location.
And other than that, she had said over, I think everybody heard Zethu on the comm mentioning leaving, and so I think we all know the next step is to get out, however we can get out and meet up. And so as far as Ahesha and Evan Chrisworth are concerned, they were making a show of like leaving the party together as obviously as they can in a way that isn't going to make anyone question why they're leaving.
Yep. So
we may have earned a spot in hell for that name. Every time we say it, I'm just like,
you know what?
It's good. It's a spot that I am proud to have.
I was gonna say, I was like, no regrets.
oh, no regrets.
Cool.
So
you're sliding out of the DMs here. Gom, how are you getting yourself out of the party situation?
So, if I remember correctly, the last thing Gom tried to do last week before we ended session, Gom, who is very basically linking, like dancing, linking arms, or like linking shoulders with his old roommate Cran, goes, "Hey buddy, I'm not drunk enough. I'm not feeling it yet. I'm gonna go get another shot. I'll be right back." As he's trying to believably excuse himself.
Cool. So I am for sure gonna need a roll on this one.
Yep.
What do you think you're rolling here?
Sway. I'm trying to convince him I need to go get another drink, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, you're pulling a fast one. That can be a sway.
Sure.
So your position here is, I think, risky, and
sure.
Your effect is going to be standard.
Sure. Okay.
So this is just kind of a regular roll.
Yep. Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna push myself or anything. I'm pretty low on stress, so we're just gonna roll 1 and see. Hope. Hope.
All right. See how it goes.
Ooh, a 5. Okay, we'll take that.
Okay.
5.
So that is a
Oof.
success with a complication. So Cran says to you, "Yeah, mate, all right. Get me a drink. Get me another one at the bar when you come back. Get me like
Got you.
Get me like 2.
I'll bring you as many as I can carry.
Get her one. Hi.
Hell yeah. This is Cran. He's great. He's great. Ace College Imperial officer.
I
Can't go
am
wrong.
very drunk right now.
You're killing it, buddy. I'll be right back. And I'll fight my way through the crowd.
Yeah, and you're able to sort of start pushing your way through the crowd. The consequence that I would like to pop off here.
Oh jeez.
Is Gom, you kind of, so as you're making your way through the crowd over here, you happen to glance over to the curtain, and the sort of, there's this cordoned off area with these sort of like hollow cordons, and then behind it some curtains into the VIP lounge. And I think you see the curtains part, and this Imperial officer walks out, and she's kind of patting her side pockets where her code cylinder should be and looking around. So you're getting away with it though thus far, all of you, but the Imperial officer has had time to figure out that her code cylinders have gone missing, and she is actively looking for them. Gom, what's your next move?
So I find my way through the crowd. Can I see Ahesha and Evans Chrisworth?
Yeah, I think so. And as you sort of get to the edge of the crowd, you see them making their way to the door, to the exit.
I'll head towards the exit, but like at a different rate, like so I'm not looking like I'm trying to follow or like catch up to them or anything. Just kind of drunkenly maybe stroll out.
Cool. So I think you're able to do that. You can even get over to them and talk to them if you'd like.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah. So when I catch up to them, I think the officer may have maybe onto us, or maybe onto something. So we should get out of here as literally as yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Imps don't like their code cylinders going missing.
Oh, Cheekra's not there. Cheekra's toddling towards the exit.
Okay. No. That was like over the comm, Cheekra.
Oh.
Like.
Yes.
You're heading out. Outside?
It is historically where one goes to leave.
Okay, see you there. All right, and then they just move.
Cool. So you're headed out.
Yes would have sufficed. Okay.
Cool. So the three of you are headed out. Cheekra, you are still making your way through the room. And this Imperial officer has just come out of the VIP lounge behind you. Are you continuing to go? Are you going to change your strategy in any way? What's your plan?
Is there anybody else heading towards the exit?
Ahesha and Caden and Gom. If
I think
are you
gonna
asking
try
if anybody who is not them is heading towards?
Yes.
What's your plan here?
I want to use somebody else to break the line of sight between me and the officer.
Cool. I think that is a reasonable thing to do if you roll for it.
Cool.
So, what do you want to roll here?
Skulk
Yeah, Skulk seems good.
is sneaky.
This is risky, but your effect will be great.
I have 3 pips, so I'm going to roll 3 dice. That is, wow, fuck me. That's 3 threes.
Oof. Oh boy. All right. Yeah. So that's not gonna do it. I'm gonna hit you hard, my friend. So
I mean, or you don't, or you could not. You know.
Well. So the Imperial officer will spot you ducking suspiciously behind somebody who's already leaving. You're a completely out of place Xeno. You are somebody's you should be somebody's pet in her mind. And here you are walking around freely and incredibly suspiciously, and she has missing property. And she is going to make a beeline for you, saying, "Hey, you! Stop right there, you little fuzzy whatever you are." This is a consequence which you do have the ability to roll to resist, to be clear. Or you can just let it ride.
Can I respond
Yeah.
in
yeah.
action?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I was hoping not to use this, but
Oh, no.
the Imperials are a bunch of fucking bigots. They're
This is-
human-centric asshole bigots.
This is true.
Cheekra's gonna pee on the floor.
And what are you trying to achieve by peeing on the floor?
Oh, a question every toddler has been asked.
Cheekra's trying to basically play off that they are not intelligent enough to even be they're completely above suspicion because they're just an animal. They're playing to that hateful ideology.
Okay. Cool. So, are you taking another
By peeing
action,
on the floor.
or are you rolling to resist the consequence?
I don't know.
It's
so
up to
rolling
you.
to resist will be my lowest column, right?
Rolling to resist, you tell me which of your 3 attributes you want, and then you can roll with that one. I'm having...
Prowess does not make sense. I think resolve might.
I'm
in the sense
struggling
that-
to think of a scenario where this is not resolve, and I can't come up with one.
I feel like this is a resolve roll.
So you can resist this with a resolve roll, or you could, for example, say, actually, this is a man. What the heck would this be? I suppose this would be. I suppose this would be a sway roll.
I guess, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, because you're trying to...
I would preserve
you're trying
resolve.
to
I would
deceive
prefer
her.
resolve as the general.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to make a resistance
Because I definitely
roll,
have
you
no
can-
points in sway.
Cool. Keep in mind that
All right.
resisting the consequence will incur. This will be so you're rolling to reduce the stress cost for this.
Okay. All right. So and I'm rolling how many dice?
You're rolling the number of vertical pips that you have in resolve.
Okay. So I get to roll 2 dice.
Okay.
Which I will do. Let's hope this doesn't knock me out of the game. It does not.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure a 6 and a 3.
Oh yeah, so it's the highest die result. So 6 minus the highest die result. Stress is what you take. So you take no stress to do this.
Okay.
So
I take no stress from peeing on the floor. Good to know.
You let loose. The floodgates are open, and the officer stops short. Like looks at this spreading puddle around you, and says, "Ugh, disgusting," and clearly changes her mind that you could possibly be the culprit here, and immediately turns away and starts looking through the crowd for the real culprit. So that happened, everybody. Cheekra?
High point in my career, folks. Wow. I was just my original goal was just to be like, oh, my people are taking me outside to use the bathroom because I'm just a dumb animal. But when you gotta go, sometimes I guess you gotta go.
If viewers take nothing else away from this installment of Flights of Fandom Longshot, I hope it's that.
I'm so sorry.
Cheekra, what's your next move?
Heading for the door.
Great. So you are able to get to the door and meet up with Gom and Ahesha and Caden. The 4 of you are now together, and you can walk right out past the Black Sun security at the door, over to the pad, the landing pad where your shuttle is.
All right.
So, what's happening?
As
What's
soon
happening
as
with
they're in the ship, Ahesha is gonna pull up Zethu's location.
Cool. So I think you see that she is very close by. It looks like she's just sort of around the other side of the club building.
And I think we discussed that there's not really a way to get around for us on foot, right?
No, not
Correct.
not from where you are to where she is. So
Quick,
you are on a landing pad. So Cloud City style. This is I think a bit smaller than what we see in Empire, but there is up from the second story of this building a long walkway and then a round landing pad where your shuttle is, and then there's a bunch of these coming out of the building in several places. So the one that Zethu is on, Zethu, you are on an almost identical pad coming out of a different level and at a different angle. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're in the shuttle, right? Like the Longshot shuttle. Where is the Longshot again? Where do we park the Longshot?
Where did you park the Longshot? Is it still in orbit?
Did
Yeah, we
leave it in
didn't.
orbit.
If I can remember correctly, I think we left it because
Yeah.
we thought docking it would be suicidal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just
That bit.
Cool.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So so R4LS is currently piloting the shuttle in orbit for you in a holding pattern.
Yeah. I guess first thing I'll do is we'll tap or whatever our silent mode of communicating with Zethu is to see if she has any information for us, because we're not gonna jump up and take off if she's not actually going into if she's not actually leaving her. So just kind of wait for Zethu's next move, or well, wherever Zethu is his next move, and then we're gonna. I think like without saying, maybe just like a Zethu check in if you can. We're in the shuttle and ready to go.
So Zethu, you are basically at the ramp of Ziara's shuttle, and she's, escorting you in when you hear in your ear this little sort of, tap, tap. What do you do?
So, where exactly is it that you intend to take me?
Well, for right now, I figured we could just spend the rest of the evening here. The shuttle is quite comfortable, and I figured you'd want to get learning straight away. I have to be honest, I'm very curious to see what you can do.
You might have me dead to rights there. I'm not the most patient person.
It'll take a little patience. You'll learn.
What, do you think you're gonna teach me everything in one night?
No, not even close.
So how do you intend to keep me around?
What, permanently?
I've got jobs to do too.
Jobs you can't, drop?
Do you got jobs that you can drop?
If the right opportunity comes along, I'm sure I'm giving you the right opportunity.
You think your Imperial contacts are gonna let you just drop whatever you're doing that easily?
What choice do they have?
Now, I'd love to be in that kind of position. All right.
That's
You
what
have
I
me
keep
for the
telling
night.
you. You can be in that kind of position. I'm proposing a partnership here, like a long-term one.
Why don't we start with this evening and see where that gets us? I've had the comm on, so you can hear.
Ahesha will say, the party's too hot, so we're gonna head back. Because they definitely can't go back inside.
Right.
And...
all right. Let's see if you can't, decode all my secrets in one evening. And then she takes her hand kind of nonchalantly away from the comm. Yeah. Basically, Zethu's trying to be get that part done. Maybe I can come back with a bonus.
Yeah, pretty much. And Ahesha's also going to make everybody take their comms out so they don't listen in on what's about to happen. Maybe. Just keep the tracking part on.
Ahesha, you have an interesting mind.
Yeah. She's the Shimbo. Why wouldn't you take advantage of whatever the hell she just
I am.
Okay, no, that's what she's just giving you
this in a different way.
Okay, so to be clear, the group in the shuttle is heading back out to the Longshot. Great. Okay. Cool. So let's stick with Zethu for a few moments. So Zethu, Ziara takes you into her shuttle. She, taps a panel on the side into the landing ramp, goes up, and you are in a, I think, a slightly surprising space. You would expect the interior of one of these Imperial shuttles to be, I think, a little more utilitarian, and while you can certainly see the machinery poking out of the walls, this is clearly at least for the time being, Ziara's personal vehicle. And there's sort of a large area in the back that she's made comfortable with some hangings, tapestries, that sort of things. There's some sitting areas with cushions around on the floor, and there's a big area in the center with let's say like a couple of like tatami mats.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings you in and says to you, can I get you something to drink? Some tea? Or something harder?
Oh, well, we were already starting on the hard stuff, so why don't we continue?
I do like you. And she goes and pulls out from somewhere a bottle of a pretty expensive liquor. And,
I was hoping that would happen. She would offer me a drink.
And pours you a glass, hands it over.
Flashback. In my loadout, I brought with me some very fun illicit drugs.
Great.
And I'm hiding some of that under a fake nail.
Ooh.
I don't particularly like utilizing this in my methods of hunting, but she seems dangerous and can do some of the things that I don't even understand that I can do. So I would love to find a way to slip some of that into her drink the second I get a chance.
Cool.
Just to slow her down a bit.
Cool.
Because I like this ship.
Yes. Very cool. So, let's have a roll. What do you want to roll for this?
Puja looks disappointed in me.
I know, I'm excited.
All right, interesting. A roll to distract here.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah,
That was more my question of like, is that? It's a resolve roll of some kind, isn't it? But I'm not quite sure what it.
Probably. Here, I think your options as I see them. Skulk is a good option because you are using sleight. You might use sleight of hand here. Sway might be as you are trying to deceive her, but I think you'd have to do something a little more active to sort of seal the deal on the deception, like really, hit the misdirection.
Right.
Consort might be a weaker version of that if you say that you're putting her at ease with your manner and you're sitting down to have drinks.
I
Or
like Skulk here because I kind of want to do this
see
without.
If you could attune.
Oh. So it's like a little bit of you don't see me doing this. I like that.
You could try it. I will say,
Okay.
I think that is probably the riskiest option.
Yeah. I'm gonna do Skulk, actually.
Cool.
As intriguing as I find Attune, I think this one is a more natural, like, slip as I'm grabbing my drink. My hand's just kind of gonna brush a little bit over the rim of hers. I will push myself for this.
Okay. So I will tell you, your position on this is going to be desperate. As
We love a desperate position.
this is, if things go wrong here, they will go very, very badly for you. Your effect also, Ziara is several tiers above you. So your effect, unless you have some way to tweak it, is actually going to be at nothing. You are going to have to do something to get it up to limited effect.
Oh, but David, I'm a leaf on the wind. And I can bump up my effect now.
Cool.
I leveled up. This is a new
Tell us
thing in
about
my
this.
playbook. It's called Leaf on the Wind. When you push yourself, you may spend an additional stress. So I'll be taking 3 stress. To gain both one effect and a die instead of one or the other.
Okay, great.
I can get both now for this. I can bump up my effect as well as take that die.
Great. So you can bump this up to limited effect.
Okay. That's a 6.
Okay. So we're looking at 1 success here with
Yep.
limited effect. All right. So the way that this goes, I think, is she pours you this drink, pours one for herself, has you sit down on some of the cushions that she has here. Actually, no, she sits you in the center of the room on the mats, and then sits down across from you, cross-legged. Cheers.
Cheers.
Clinks the glasses, which is, I think, the moment that you do it.
Mm-hmm.
What does this look like?
So I think, again, as I'm like leaning in to like clink a glass, my nails maybe skim the rim of hers, and that's when it can easily, it's designed to be kind of easily like popped out, and you just need a little bit of this stuff. I don't need her to get knocked out. I just want
with limited effect,
her
you're
not
not
to
gonna
be
get
as exactly. I just want her to not be as sharp.
Great. So you're able to do it. She knocks back her first sip and says, "Okay. I'm actually a little nervous now. I've never really. I lured you in here, but I've never really done this before.
Lured me in here.
It's a joke. I've never. Like I said, there aren't many of us.
So who taught you?
A Jedi. You've heard of them.
Those aren't real. You're joking with me.
They're not anymore. They were. Or at least this person claimed to be. And the things they could do, it was like in the stories. They were on the run from the Empire. And they found me. Just a kid at the time, scratching out a living in the junkyards. They took me in for a little bit, showed me some things, said that they couldn't really train me, I was too old. But I was able to pick up a bit here and there, until, the imps eventually tracked them down, and, well, even a Jedi can only hold out against blasters for so long.
Oh, sorry. That must, sounds rough.
The galaxy's rough. It's not news to you, I can tell.
Nope, not even a little bit. Any edge that you can get in this place is a good one. Why do you think I'm here?
So, struck out on my own. Every once in a while I come across somebody like us. Usually...
There's more.
A few. Here and there. Usually, doesn't go well.
What do you mean doesn't go well?
Usually we're on the wrong side, for starters.
Oh, because of you're working with the imps.
They pay me to do stuff. I do it. If I come across somebody who opposes that, I get rid of them. That's my job.
Hey, no judgment here. I've done jobs for the Imperials. I did some jobs for couple of higher ups too during the wars, and I also ran some smuggling rings for the rebels. It's all about getting money and getting paid.
That's smart. Playing both sides.
I don't play any sides. I told you, it's about surviving out here. And I'm damn good at it.
Good. You'll need that. Alright, so... This is gonna sound hokey. It's gonna sound stupid at first, but you gotta trust me, okay? This force thing. Like I said, it's everywhere. It's around us right now. And you can, if you focus the right way, you can tap into it. You can kind of grab it, channel it, make it do what you want. So the first thing that you need to do is just close your eyes and start taking deep breaths. Yeah, I know. I told you it was hokey.
No, just reminded me of something that it's nothing. It's nothing. I've been told that before.
All right. So try that.
All right. If I pass out because of all the alcohol I've had, it's not my fault. And Zethu will do something that she's actually quite familiar with doing before. When she was younger, she would have what her parents would call episodes, where things felt a little bit too raw, almost like she could feel everything around her but not know how to comprehend it. And so her mother taught her some deep breathing exercises, and this is what Zethu tends to do when she's trying to utilize her vice, which is the force to de-stress. She does meditate. So Zethu is gonna do it a little bit, but she's also got slightly one eye open, watching to see if her partner here is also indulging in that, because it's such a great way to feel totally relaxed.
Yeah, she's doing
and
it
at
as well.
ease.
She's taken up a meditative stance. She has her palms down on her knees. Her legs are crossed, and she's just taking these deep breaths. And she says to you, "Okay, now reach out, not with your hand, with your self, with your mind." I would like,
Oh boy.
if I may,
Yes.
an attune roll.
Yeah. Do you want to know? Do I get a choice in where I'm directing this reach out, or no?
Yeah.
Feels like you're about to do something to me.
I want to see if Zethu makes the connection.
All right.
This can actually, we'll call this a fortune roll using your attune attribute. So there's not a position or effect. This is just a fortune roll where you have one die for each attune.
Oh, one die. Okay. Oh, for each team. Then I did roll correctly. Okay. A 5 and a 4.
Okay. So 4 or 5 is a mixed result or like limited partial effect. Okay, this dovetails, I think, nicely with what you've done thus far. So you get into this meditative state, and you start to actually reach out with your emotions. And at first, it's not something that makes a lot of sense. I think it probably does. It feels familiar to Zethu, but it feels sort of silly to be doing it at another person. And all of a sudden you just get this sort of twinge that you can feel in the air between you, but also in yourself at the same time. And it's a twinge that feels the same as when Ziara physically touched you earlier, when she put her arm around you, when she placed her fingers against your temple earlier in the evening. And then all of a sudden it's gone, and your eyes snap open, and you see Ziara sort of slumping to the side, and she manages to catch herself, and is sort of on the ground. Ugh.
Oh, careful there.
I think I may have had too much to drink.
Sometimes when I didn't have a word for what I used to do before, but snap decisions or fight or flight, sometimes it would take it out of me. But I find that sometimes just sitting still, you're not really getting the whole picture of what I am.
What are you saying?
She's looking a little woozy.
Yeah, she keeps sort of like shaking her head, like she's trying to like shake herself into alertness.
You said to reach out? Can't really do that in a calm state. I'm never in a calm state. Our line of work? That's not really how it goes, is it? I think now that you've put it to me, the times where I'm most attuned to this force, it's usually when I'm about to get a job done or do something incredibly stupid, and you'd be surprised how often those are both. And I'm starting, my adrenaline's pumping here. I feel like I've only got a snapshot here, and I reach out for that weapon.
Amazing. Give me a roll. What are you rolling here?
I mean, I need to reach out for a tune, right?
Are you doing it? Are you actually trying to like pull it to you with the force?
Yeah.
You're trying to tap into it? Okay, yeah, that's a tune. This is she's gonna fight you on this.
Oh boy, she doesn't even know what I'm doing yet.
This is I gotta say, this is desperate again. And your effect is limited.
Can I make a deal with the dark side?
You've got one up on her, but yeah. What's do you have a proposal, or do you want one?
I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Okay. So your goal is to get the weapon, yes?
For starters.
What is a good dark side bargain here?
Well, I had an idea.
What's your idea?
To lose control.
Okay. That could be interesting. What do we think that would look like?
I don't know. I was mostly playing with some of the things that you've had me do in the past, where there was when I did a deal and when I tried to convince those guards to walk away, in the end I ended up frying some of them with force lightning, but I was able, you let me snap myself back from that. Maybe I end up in a situation here that I can't immediately.
Okay. Yeah, maybe
reassess, shall we say, in the most logical way.
Okay. So,
if you like that. You, as the GM, have ultimate say in the devil's bargain categories.
Okay. So yeah, you can do this, but it is going to cost you, and it will be in the form of harm. You will have some sort of, mental, emotional harm here.
Cool. Well, let's just rack up the emotional harm. Seriously. Oh, baby, that's a 6 and a 4.
Okay. So with a 6, you do it. Keep in mind your effect is limited.
Oh, and that was desperate. Okay.
I think what this looks like. I think what this looks like is you reach out and this staff, this double-bladed vibroblade staff, flies into your hand, but Ziara is going to be able to grab the other end of it, sort of like just swipes out and manages to grab the other end, and now both of you have hands on different sides of this, and I think as it sort of pops into your hand, you just feel this sort of wave of strain propagating out from the point at which you grasped it. I'm going to give you harm strained. This is going to be
Strained?
level 1 harm. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And Ziara sort of like looks. You can tell her vision is blurring. She sort of blinks and narrows her eyes at you. What are you playing at?
It's not personal. I'm just doing a job.
Oh, damn it. Another
How are you feeling, by the way?
Bounty hunter. I'm fine.
I gotta be honest.
And she starts pulling the staff back.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it towards me. It's like, I have to say, if I had a talent like that, I wouldn't go around teaching other competition for free.
I finally thought I'd found one.
Oh, I think you did. Sorry, we can't be friends.
Damn it! And she is going to let go of the staff and sort of stumble back and thrust her hand out and send you flying across the shuttle into the wall.
Damn. Is there a way to resist that?
Yeah, you can roll to resist.
Oh my god, it's a Jedi battle! Always forget, what is the resistance rolls? Why is it not on here?
So it is pick an attribute that you want to resist with. This is probably resolve.
Yeah. 5. Is the highest one.
Okay, cool. So you have to pay. So you're taking 6 stress minus 5.
So 1.
Yeah. So you take 1 stress to resist this. What does it look like when you resist?
I think if she's letting go of the vibroblade, I'm like gonna kind of bring it forward and like kind of hunker myself down. I'm feeling that connection now because like we had that brief little meditation moment, and now I'm more aware of the things that I'm doing, which was a lovely little new sensation to all these things that I feel like I've done by accident and by chance. And I'm gonna fully like reach for that connection again to ground myself and not be pushed backwards.
Cool. So I think you scoot just a little ways, but you're able to remain upright and in place there. And Ziara says, "Just my luck. Another damn bounty hunter, and this one has the God's damn force." And she is actually going to turn and sort of stumble around into the cockpit of the shuttle.
No.
And
See,
start
your
flipping some stuff.
Your bounty said dead or alive. And you seem a little bit too dangerous to take in alive. So you know what? I will give you a choice. And I tap the comm. You can pilot the ship yourself back to my place. And we can continue this conversation up until I have to turn you in. Or we can do this the hard way.
I like the hard way. She pulls out a blaster from the side and shoots you.
Can I dodge?
You can attempt it. What are you dodging with?
Is that another resistance, or would it be scrap or scramble?
This
Scramble,
is this is you're trying to resist, and
Oh, is it resist or is it dodging?
This would be a resist.
Okay. Then prowess would be what I'd be using.
I think
to
so, yeah.
resist. Yeah. Okay, I've got one more on that. Oh, right. Okay, so that's going to be a 5 again.
Okay, so 1 stress to resist.
It is the highest one that you take, right?
The highest, yeah.
The highest one. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 more stress to that. I feel like I want to use this nice new fancy.
To like whip the blaster bolt out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, but she will. She shunts something forward, and the shuttle is starting to go up. And
I mean, I'm a pilot. I live my life on a ship. This doesn't necessarily frighten me. I want to lunge for her to stab her.
All right. Give me a roll to do that. I think
this is scrap.
Probably going to be a scrap.
Yeah.
Your position, I think, is risky. She's higher tier, so your effect would normally be nothing.
Right.
You're, I think, up to limited effect because you poisoned her.
That's a 5.
Okay. So a
5s
mix...
tonight.
Yeah.
Number 5s.
Yeah, so this is a mixed result.
Yeah.
Okay. So you lunge forward and you stab her. And she grimaces, but you're not used to using this weapon, and she grabs she's able to grab the end of it, pulls you forward off balance, and then shoves you back. And as she does, she slams a button on the console, and the docking ramp of the shuttle comes down, and you are plummeting right out. What do you do?
I want to resist to hold on.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already given the crew the heads up.
Speaking of which...
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to do this now or after the break for the crew stuff, but the crew will be acting.
Will be acting, yes. That is a 6.
Let's see what happens. 6 on a resist roll?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a prowess one, right?
Prowess makes sense to me.
Okay, cool, because I have 3 hits for that one. Yeah. The old-fashioned way here. I think I'm picking like the most solid thing that I can hold on to, and I'm just gonna be using that core strength to keep myself inside.
Cool. So you're holding on to, let's say, one of the sort of pistons that lowers and raises the ramp. There's wind whipping through here below you. The vibro staff goes spinning out. And
I really liked that weapon.
Well, don't worry, because Ziara, as she turns to look back, you are a tenacious one.
I literally just shrug while I'm holding on.
Puts out her arm, and you see the vibro staff as it's spinning down stop in midair and like slow and then come whipping back directly at you.
Yep.
Which I think is a good spot to take a break, don't you?
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, great. This is fine.
All right. So when we return, a high-flying, no-holds-barred force fight. And what's the crew up to?
Please help.
You'll have to come back to find out.
We will see you in just a bit, folks, here on Flights of Fandom Longshot on ManaPot Studios. All right, so when we broke, Zethu was hanging onto a structural strut, trying to avoid being swept out of the back of an Imperial shuttle, which is rapidly flying into the stratosphere, shakily piloted by Ziara Nizoa, a Twi'lek who appears to be force-sensitive, is working for the Empire, and is one of your two bounties, and is also drugged. So that's cool. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to move over to the shuttle, where our crew is also speeding up into the stratosphere in a completely different direction, back towards the Longshot parked in orbit. So, what do we see in the Longshot shuttle?
You see Ahesha piloting the shuttle, and all she had really done was set a course, and she had messaged LS telling them that 3 of them were coming back, but they were just going to stay where they were for the night, since they were expecting Zethu back. But depending on how far they got in the time that Zethu pinged them again, Ahesha would turn.
So Zethu, at what point did you ping your comrades?
When I said the comment, their bounty did say dead or alive, and you seem a bit too dangerous for.
So you're hoping you're hoping that everybody picks up on that.
Well, I thought you also said that we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Or the hard way.
She said the hard way. That's when we heard that part, and so we heard the hard way, and so I'm like, okay.
I will say this.
Thank you for having a better memory than me.
I don't think that the crew can hear Ziara's side of the conversation.
Okay.
Because you can only hear what's coming through Zethu's comm.
That makes sense, yeah.
But the fact that we can intuit pretty easily from the fact that she's saying to somebody the bounty says dead or alive.
And we can do this the easy way or the hard way. And also the fact that, like, Ahesha was fully expecting not to hear from Zethu tonight because Zethu sounded very seductive, and like it seemed like the night was going to go a different way. So if it started talking about bounties,
it seemed like that to a lot of people.
Yeah, you know. And then suddenly you talk about bounties and the easy way or the hard way, and the voice is not sexy anymore.
Not all of us are shimbos. Some of us just want money.
Listen, you know, it's not the. I mean, Ahesha has definitely used the line, "You can do this the easy way or the hard way" in sexy situations, but that voice, like, the vibe was wrong.
I will say this, Cheekra, you have worked with Zethu before.
Yeah.
More often than not, she brings in her bounties dead.
All right. So, okay, that is good information to have. Also, that tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. So at that point, I think you would have probably. I mean, things in Star Wars are fast. You would have probably been sort of at the halfway point between the landing pad and orbit.
Okay. So they pull a cool little U-turn and send a message to LS saying Zethu might be in trouble. Her beacon's on. Come down.
Oh no! What? Zethu's in trouble? Oh no, I knew this was a terrible idea, sending all of you down there.
Calm down.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm on my way.
And full speed ahead to well, they have a very specific
We know
bead
exactly
on
where.
Zethu is.
All right.
So
So who's piloting the shuttle? All right.
Gom and Cheekra are just like.
You see Gom in the back chugging a Pedialyte, trying to sober up.
you see Cheekra doing the opposite. Cheekra has gotten their armor back on, has slapped like a giant pair of headphones on, and is actively drinking something out of the bottle. Well, in between cleaning a heavy blaster.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then everything is probably on like the main comms, and so Ahesha will look over her shoulder and say, "Cheekra, wait, what is Evan Chrisworth's actual name? Caden."
Yeah, and I think he's not necessarily clear on.
We've been drinking.
Yeah.
In game, obviously, certainly not in real life.
Caden says, I got a bad feeling about this. Ahesha, give me
If
a
we had
roll
drinking
here.
rules, you would have to drink.
Okay.
What do you want to roll to pilot the shuttle such that you can attempt to intercept Ziara's shuttle?
I am going to helm.
Helm. Sounds good. Okay,
And,
so...
yeah, and I would like to push myself?
Yeah, so your position here, I think is going to be risky, and your effect is going to be standard.
Okay. Alrighty.
Actually, I think you're pretty far away. Your effect is going to be limited. Now that I think
Well, that's
So what are we looking at?
No, God. You already rolled.
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Okay,
Oh.
6. Cool. So you're able to do it with limited effect. So I think you whip the shuttle around. We hear, the screech of Star Wars styled engines as they
Oh my
yell.
God.
They're yelly.
There it is.
And the shuttle goes shooting off through the atmosphere, way over Ord Mantell City, which is lit up in the nighttime below you. I think after a few minutes, you are able to see ahead of you the sort of dark shape against the night sky of a. It's Star Wars, so nothing is ever really in darkness for some reason. So, you can see the shuttle reasonably well. It's lit up from somewhere, and it's ahead of you, zooming through the night. But it's sort of wobbling back and forth. But you're closing in on it. I think we're gonna start a clock here.
Okay.
So we will have a 4-segment clock to catch up with the shuttle.
Hopper mentioned in the chat.
I believe we just got a gambit because that was a 6 rolled on a risky action where we did not use a gambit on a bonus dice.
Yes, I believe you get a 6.
And then,
did
we
gambit.
still have
Mhm.
ours from the beginning of the job last session?
No,
Did we use
gambits
our-
reset.
We used it up.
And,
We used it up.
Yeah, gambits reset to 1 every job. You used 1 so far, so you're back at
So we
1.
did use. Okay. So we're at 1 now. Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep track of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the prior ones, we instead of getting a gambit dice, we got a greater effect.
Yeah.
But so with this one, we now have 1.
All right, so you filled in 1 segment of this clock to catch up with the shuttle. What's your next move? Cheekra and Gom, what are you doing here, if anything?
Oh my god, Cheekra's playing dress up with Gom. Cheekra's just like, I think, doctor, come here. Like, look, feel this one in your hand. Does it feel right? Feels right, doesn't it? Yeah. Yes,
what are you having him hold?
Guns.
Oh,
Cheekra's,
okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, more accurately, Cheekra's playing G.I. Joe with Dr. Gom.
Okay.
Valid.
Cheekra's still all drunk.
The one you hand him one, he goes, "This is heavy for me. How the hell do you shoot this?"
Is strong. You walk. Well, like Endor weeds out the weak.
Got anything lighter?
Hands you like a larger gun, but with a stock. It's just like it's like a light blaster with a stock. Maybe a little bit more suited to you. Like
Yeah. See him like looking down the sight. Yeah, like this. Double checks and safety. Yeah.
Oh God, you've given the drunk man a gun.
Cheekra does not
some
appreciate you
Pedialyte,
pointing
he's
that
fine.
at me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh wait, no. That's Ahesha.
Not
Pointed
at
the wall.
Ahesha either.
So
There you go.
do note
Uh,
your load for this job was light, and
Yep.
to get these guns, you are going to have to mark the equipment. So
Right,
do make
yep.
sure you mark off the gear. So I think we cut over from this drunken gun handoff, which honestly, listen, it's fine. It's fine. Cut back over to Zethu. Zethu, you're hanging onto this strut. The ramp of the shuttle is open. Some of the stuff in the shuttle is sort of whipping out, and Ziara has just started pulling her double-bladed vibro staff back into the shuttle, and it is whipping through the air directly at you. It's gonna go right through you.
Unless I can redirect it, right?
Unless you can redirect it.
I'd love to
What do you
redirect
wanna do?
it. I need to reach out, I think, through the force.
I think you could do that.
Yeah,
That sounds like you're making an attune roll.
it is.
This is... I feel like I'm throwing so many desperate rolls at you. But it's definitely...
So much XP.
It's
Let the
def-
XP flow through you.
I'm training. This
if
is
she
the best
survives,
training.
she's gonna level
Right.
up like whoa.
Like, there's no way that this isn't desperate.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you
nowhere
will
near
have-
leveling up, but
How are you
yes.
trying to redirect it?
if I'm like holding on, I'm like I can see it coming for me, and I'm just like Omar, Griffin God here, and just I want to kind of like fling it backwards over towards Ziara.
Okay, so
It is Ziara. I don't know why I keep saying that, but
if you're flinging it at Ziara, that is gonna, again, given her tier, be a no effect action. So,
well, at least it won't affect me.
so you're going to have to figure out some way to bump that up if you want any effect. But again, you may avoid this if you're successful.
Okay.
All good?
This is more about it not hitting me than it is about inflicting immediate damage on her.
Great.
I don't know how often I can keep doing deals.
You can do them as many times as you'd like. Do you want another
Oh
deal?
my god! I think I'm pretty pissed.
All right.
I'd love to. I can't resist the siren song of the dark side.
Yeah, so let's have the siren song of the dark side. You can take this. We'll do this dark side bargain. You are going to take. Oof. This has to escalate. I feel you're going to take level 2 harm, and we're going to call this like I want to come up with a better word. No, I got it. Seeing red.
Ooh.
You're gonna have level 2 harm, seeing red.
In full disclosure, I think I've been doing harm wrong. So after this, I will have -1 die.
Yes. Going
if I
forward.
take it.
Currently, you have less effect,
Yes.
which is
been
a
the reason why I
wash
haven't been able to hit
because
anything.
with the combination of less effect.
Yeah, I
and
realized
per
that I
tier.
had forgotten to calculate that the last time I had level 2. So, haha. Let's do it just because seeing red sounds fun, and I'm stupid.
Cool.
And this is still a tune.
Yeah.
Will the -1 die will take place after this immediate roll because I don't have the harm yet?
Yes. So
Okay.
you currently have your normal number of dice. For
Yeah,
this.
that's what I thought.
Yep.
Little 6 and a 4.
Okay. You do it. So write down that harm for sure. So this thing goes
Seeing red.
whipping. This thing goes whipping past you. You are able to reach out and redirect it, so it just sort of spins past and clatters into the shuttle. Ziara has shoved something into has finally shoved something into autopilot as you are airborne enough. Turns around and says, "It didn't have to be like this. Why is it always like this?"
Welcome to the galaxy, sister.
Every time you think you found somebody and you extend a little bit of trust and a little bit of friendship, and look what it gets you. Look what it fucking gets you. And she reaches out with both hands and starts whipping stuff at you, like crates that are in the shuttle, like little bits of the machinery rip off the wall as she's flinging it at you, and these things are gonna just buffet you and slam into you and slam you right out of the shuttle. Do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I want to kind of scramble here. If she's throwing some crates, this is going to be some interesting parkour here. Let's see if I can actually manage it. But in terms of flavor and description of what I want to do, I'd love to be able to spring, especially in this newer zero gravity that we have, sort of utilizing that to my advantage. But keeping myself controlled through the force. I think with the seeing red, I like to play with this idea of now there's only the target.
Sure.
And that's the only thing that matters. Let's have fun with the dark side here just a little bit. And I think that there's things that I'd be willing to do here to get to it, to get to my target. And I... Sorry, the whole bottle of wine was a mood.
Wow.
I would ideally like to springboard off some of the crates. Some of them are going to hit me, the smaller pieces of them,
Yeah.
of whatever item she's throwing at me, and propel myself forward. I want to try to use the momentum since I've been holding on for so long and sort of uncoil like a spring, essentially, to jump her.
Cool. Okay. It's desperate.
I'm a desperate person.
It's desperate.
Well, I'm asking you this. Is this a scramble roll or an attune roll?
That's up to you.
Okay.
Honestly, either would be desperate because both are you're just
No,
flying
that's
by the
fine.
seat
I
of
meant
your
more
pants.
for yeah, I think we're still in force land. Because I have to utilize the force in order to kind of do this. Otherwise, I just fall out of the ship.
You could.
We're in 0G. I'm thinking too much science into this.
You're not there yet. Also, I have never seen any Star Wars thing where anything floats, unless I'm misremembering.
They specifically have gravitational fields.
Yeah.
It's specifically acknowledged, but it's for all the old films. 0G is way too expensive to film,
Yeah.
And so occasionally you'll see stuff. You see debris.
But
What
you
you see is
have,
debris.
but I'm only playing this because she's literally opening the ship up
Yeah.
past whatever
Oh well, you're
gravitational field.
you're not high enough to be in free fall.
Oh,
for
okay
sure.
then.
If you were high enough to be in free fall, there wouldn't be any air in the ship, and that would be a much more immediate problem for you.
That is a good point. I'm gonna do scramble in that case
Okay,
for all,
let's see how it goes.
all
So this is
fair
gonna be
reasons.
desperate. You have, oh boy. I think you would normally have standard effect. You have less effect because of your injury, or because of your harm. So you're down to limited effect, and you're missing a die.
Yeah, so I have to take the lowest die because I only have one in scramble, which is a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 and a 4.
Okay.
Fine.
So, I think you're able to get back into the ship, but you're gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, like you, I think basically the way this looks is you scramble up the crates. You're sort of, in the air, like managing to just leap from crate to crate as Ziara is just shooting them at you. And you scramble over the last one and tumble.
God, that looks frightening. Just jumping from crate to crate like some kind of wretched beast.
Yeah, it's some like platform video game shit. And
This is definitely a quick time event.
yes.
Yeah. X.
Triangle.
Triangle.
And you I'm trying to think exactly how this plays out. You tumble into the back of the shuttle, and you're lying on the ground on those mats. And Ziara sort of releases her tension, and in the second that you're lying there, walks up to you, looks down, says, "Damn, you're tenacious," and then kicks you in the side of the head hard, and you're gonna take level 3 harm knockdown.
Whoa. No way to resist.
You can resist.
Okay. That's a 6.
All right.
It's -1 die, and I have 3 to prowess, so it was a 6 and a 3.
Okay. So you're able to resist this. That's going to bring it down to level 2 harm.
How much more level 2 harm can I take?
You can take 1 more. So you can take 2 level 2 harm. And I guess I'm going to call it concussed.
Good, I love being
So you are lying on the floor of the shuttle. Your head is ringing, and yeah, Ziara is standing over you. Let's cut back to the Longshot shuttle. What's happening over there? You have been pursuing the Imperial shuttle, Ziara's shuttle, and I think you like all of a sudden. All this stuff just starts flying out at you, out of the back of the shuttle. Like crates and miscellaneous objects and little bits of machinery. What do you do?
This is not good. You are...
Oh.
Muted it.
Ahesha, you are speaking, but you are unintelligible.
I'm muted, but of course I am. Okay, so
Yes.
assuming that the things flying out of the shuttle we're still in Atmos, so they're gonna go down. Ahesha is going to take the shuttle up higher and try to arc over so that things can just fall down underneath the shuttle.
Sure.
And her goal is to, I don't know, fuck it, I have never engaged in a atmosphere space machine fight. Be like, okay, what would we do in Firefly? Like,
Ram
I
'em.
feel like we need to be side by side. So the goal is going to be to come up, and get side by side and yell Cheekra's name, because the second that happens, we're opening our side hatch, and there's gonna be a fucking space fight.
Great.
Ballistic Ewok.
Yeah. Ahesha cannot manually chuck you in this time.
All right.
Apologies.
What do you want to roll for this?
I'm going to helm again.
All right. So this is risky, and your effect, I think, is going to be limited.
Hey, well, I'm not pushing myself this time, so that is going to be 1 stress. I don't know if well, you both are drunk. You can't help. Never mind. I mean, yeah, let's just give this a shot.
Oh god, this crew though. If we survive this,
It's a 4, so not great.
Okay. So mixed result, limited effect. All right. So, here's what this. Oh. Yeah, I have to kick this over to. I have to kick the consequence over to Zethu. So, sorry, I gotta do it. So the way that this looks is, and I'm gonna tick off another mark on the clock to catch the shuttle. So Ahesha, you gun it up and over this debris that's coming at you, which falls away harmlessly to the earth below, and you gun the shuttle forward and are able to sort of bring it abreast with the Imperial shuttle, which is now on a much straighter flight path. It's evened out, and this, of course, as Zethu is maybe aware, maybe not, is because Ziara activated an autopilot.
I was not concussed when that happened, so I was previously aware of it. How aware of it? Debatable.
The consequence for this is Ahesha, as you pull alongside the shuttle, you see a figure lean out from the bottom shuttle ramp of the Imperial shuttle and give a kick, and a person's body rolls down the shuttle ramp and out the back of the shuttle. It's Zethu.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
What do you do?
Well, did I have the chance? I had mentioned that I would want to pull up side by side and open that door. Is that something that I was able to do?
You were able to pull up next to the shuttle, and you were certainly able to open your shuttle's door. I will say, we can hash this out. I don't think it's unreasonable that your shuttle would have a side door, but the Imperial shuttle's door is on the bottom, to be clear.
Okay.
So this
okay.
ramp,
I thought it was around the side.
yeah. So this ramp that we've been describing is sort of in the belly of the ship, and opens down.
Yeah, but
and this is the ramp
being
that
said,
Zethu falls off of.
Okay.
Cheekra is very good at making new doors where doors were not before.
For sure.
Okay, well, so I was gonna Cheekra, what my plan had been was to send all of y'all flying against the side of the shuttle in dual, because we're not on autopilot, and but I also she's been watching Zethu a long time. Try to step 1, try to catch Zethu as she rolls in said side door. And step 2, throw a Cheekra at it.
Well,
cool.
Oh,
So
I've been
he
method
just tied
acting. So
himself- tied themselves off.
Cheekra's not tying themselves off. That's rational and reasonable.
yeah,
Cheekra's plan, which was not communicated to them, and also they're drunk.
Oh my god.
You're giving them an opportunity to take down an Imperial asset. Cheekra's plan, now that we're alongside a vessel,
There's a door open for you.
and there's a door open, is to make a new door. Cheekra is going to
drop a nice old basically blow a hole in the side of the shuttle and then jump on in.
As Zethu rolls out into space.
I can't see that.
Yeah. All right. So.
Oh, I thought we spotted it.
Oh. Ahesha,
Did-
you definitely saw it.
Okay.
Cheekra,
Well,
go ahead. I think you
Jesus
have
drunk.
you have seconds.
I love it.
You have
I'm method
seconds
acting,
to
y'all.
do this before Ahesha will swerve
Yeah.
the shuttle around to go try catch Zethu.
All right, so detonator, like right off the bat,
Yep.
you see Cheekra wind their fuzzy little arms up, burnside towards the shuttle, and just pitches a giant hunk of explosive right at the side of this shuttle, before turning, getting inside, and clicking this detonator.
Okay. I mean, well, we'll see what happens. This is a desperate action for sure. I think, well, no, you can click the detonator. I think that's reasonable. If you have like a thermal detonator that has like a little magnet clip on it that you're throwing, right?
Yeah, like I think Cheekra's
Okay,
basically
cool.
got.
So just
like,
make sure you mark off the gear.
I've got detonator marked off.
Yep.
So Cheekra, Cheekra's an Ewok. Like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
We do ridiculous guerrilla warfare bullshit.
Okay. So this is a desperate action because you only have seconds to do this, and if it goes bad, it's going to go very, very, very bad. Your effect, the Imperial Shuttle is pretty high tier, so we're looking at I mean, this is probably tier. The shuttle's probably the same tier as Ziara.
So this is an important question.
So we're looking at no effect as a baseline. So you got to bump that effect
Okay.
up somehow.
So, important question.
Yeah.
Does our shuttle have windows? Like, does the door have windows? Does the shuttle have windows? Because Cheekra would, as preparing for this, would have definitely been looking at the shuttle and plotting a point of attack.
The shuttle should have windows.
Yeah.
The Imperial
So
shuttle for sure has windows. I can't imagine any reason that the Longshot shuttle would not have windows.
You need to see things to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cheekra would definitely have been looking at the shuttle and choosing out the choicest option in terms of the weakest point. They have done a lot, like an unreasonable amount of making explosions happen in various spaces, and are very familiar with blowing up Imperial property. It's kind of their shtick.
Mhm.
So I feel like I would have studied this in advance.
Okay. So do we want to get a roll there?
I do.
Okay. So I
That's
think
a 6 on the dice.
Yes.
cool. And that would be, I think we can actually call this a flashback. So mark a stress to do the flashback.
I'll accept that.
And it would be like controlled position, standard effect. So you are aware of the best spot to place this on the shuttle. That will then bump your effect up to limited from nothing.
Okay. Well, also importantly, because I am attacking a physical target, Predator, because I've studied it. Does that give me an additional dice?
What's the ability?
So Predator, take +1 dice to rolls against weakened or vulnerable targets. When you gather information on a weakness or vulnerability, the worst result you can get is a 4 or a 5.
Cool. So
You are allowed to say no.
I mean, it's not. Yeah. It's not really weakened or vulnerable.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. It's not more vulnerable.
This choosing the best
You
option
just
of bad
happen to
options?
you just happen to know where to hit it, which allows you to do anything at all, basically.
All right. So I'm gonna roll. So I'm just gonna roll my. I am gonna roll. What's that? Scrap for this.
Sure. Yeah.
So
and like I
that
said,
is two-
yeah. So we're at desperate position, limited effect.
So 2d6. I just need a hole big enough to get on the ship. 6 and a 3.
Okay. So with a 6, you, what does it look like when this detonator goes off? You're able to blow a small hole in the side of this ship.
I think it's like I'm picturing
think it's big enough to like jump into, but if you were
But it's
able
big enough to grab onto
the side of the ship, you could grab into and you could sort of squeeze yourself through.
I think it's the space right above the wing.
Okay.
Like because you described one of the Delta types, which has the triangular.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think it's a space right above, in front, in the front portion of that wing.
Okay.
So I think I would then
top central one or one of the side boys.
Like right where the top, the dorsal wing and and one of the fins comes off.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because it has 3, so fish anatomy doesn't work so well, but whatever. So and then Cheekra will definitely try to get onto the ship.
Great. How are you getting onto the ship?
Doctor, how comfortable do you feel?
You
How
have no
confident
time
are
to
you?
talk to the doctor.
Oh, okay. Run and jump.
Like Ahesha is pulling the ship away. If Ahesha does not
Run and
move the
jump.
ship right now, Zethu is absolutely dead.
This is a run and jump
Great.
moment.
So another desperate action.
Murder teddy bear in the air.
Your effect.
If I'm not mistaken, we got a
Yeah.
gambit on the last roll, which puts us at 2. I'd like to use one of those.
Sure, you can definitely do that.
And
I'm gonna give you again. This shuttle is higher tier, so I'm gonna put you at limited effect,
which would be get on to the shuttle.
which would be just barely get onto the shuttle.
God, my poor dumb drunk psychopath. All right. Yep. We're doing it. Argument. Bargain with the dark side.
Yeah. Do you have a proposition or do you want one?
I would like one.
Okay. Here's what it is. You can get onto the shuttle. You will drop whatever weapons you're carrying in the process.
Well, right now I'm not carrying anything, so I'm very fine with that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were carrying a gun.
The pistol thingy.
No, I was playing dress up with
Gom's
doctor.
holding the pistol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cheekra is just like, here, hold this. Does this feel good?
Okay. So
It's creepy.
so you don't have time to grab anything then, meaning going forward, you're not going to be able to pull a weapon.
All right, I'm fine with that because just because I don't want to feel underhanded, I do have fine martial arts style marked off.
I know.
Okay, cool. All right, no weapons moving forward. Cheekra is doing this. Cheekra's chucking some explosives.
Cheekra is the weapon.
Cheekra is the weapon.
What they said. Holy shit! How's a 666 and a fuck do?
I mean, a 666 is going to be a crit for starters. Yeah.
I saw the fuck is the one, and I saw that first, and then I looked over and it was just like,
All right. So I think the way this looks is there is just this fairly controlled blast poof out from the side of the Imperial shuttle. And Cheekra, the second that it happens, you are leaping out the door, through the air, the wind whipping through your fur. I think it immediately whips you backwards, and you reach out one of your little Ewok paws, and you grab onto the rim of the hole that you've blasted in the shuttle, and you're starting to pull yourself up across the hull towards the hole that you blew. Ahesha, you are whipping the shuttle, the Longshot shuttle around. What are you doing? Zethu is
she's gonna yell,
is tumbling
"Hold
through the air
on!"
below you.
Hold on, and she's going to. So I'm picturing it. The ships are like this. This is the Imperial one with the little thing, and Zethu's going this way.
Yep.
Ahesha is like basically doing some fuckery, and her plan is to go like this and vertical.
Yep.
And hope to God that Zethu falls into that open door. I don't think she had time because she was moving so fast to see Cheekra go anywhere.
Maybe
So I
not.
don't know if I don't think she knows Cheekra is not on board. She's more yelling, "Hold on!"
I might be able to help with directing myself into the ship here.
Okay.
I'm not unconscious by the game's lore and rules and logic.
Not. So you can definitely
I'm falling
do a
fast, but I
setup.
see the cavalry's here, and I'm gonna. This is another attune roll, I think, to direct myself in midair.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like you are better at attuning than I am at helming, and so I'm gonna use that last gambit.
That's fine. I'm -1 die, but I've got the 1 dice still.
Cool. So Zethu, we're gonna get a setup action from you.
Okay.
So give me a roll to attune.
Is the setup any different or no?
I mean, again, like we're in desperate territory. So desperate position,
Yes.
and your effect. If you succeed at this, I mean, I think we're up to like standard effect.
It's a 4.
Can you stack like setup or assist?
You cannot. You can only have one at a time.
Okay.
Well, is setup the same as assist?
No. So assist, you spend stress to give a die to what the player's doing. Setup, you kick improved effect or position over to the next player to act. This is more of a setup. Assist is like you are like helping someone do something. Setup is more like I'm putting things in line for you to succeed at your next thing.
Yeah, I was a 4.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, I mean, success with consequence. You are
Yes,
going to
the story
take
of my life.
you're gonna get like bashed around here.
What?
So,
No way.
So we'll give you. I mean, I don't know. This is like
I don't think it can take anymore.
Like level. Yeah, this is like level 2 harm. So I think we're gonna have to push it into level 3 harm.
All right.
Unfortunately. And we're gonna call that. I mean, we're gonna call it like battered, I guess.
Battered.
Hopefully you'll land on the doctor.
Hopefully you will land in the ship. So, Ahesha, you are now set up. You can take either improved effect or improved position. Right now, your position is desperate, 100%, and your effect is standard.
Was Gom, were you gonna try to assist?
Yes. I don't know if I could. Well, what Gom was going to do was just be like, wait. He was waiting, kind of like when he saw Zethu pop out, and you said, "Hold on." He was going to kind of assume what you were going to do, probably something crazy. He was going to be holding on to whatever he can, like trying to not catch Zethu, because that would be really hard with one hand. He's not that strong, but like lessen her impact, or like maybe try to catch her and hold on the best he can so she could get in, hopefully maybe a little softer or easier.
Okay, so if you're assisting, mark off 1 stress, and Ahesha, you get an extra die here.
Okay. Well, I feel like this is a be all fuck all situation, so we're pushing too. All right. That will bring me up to 4 Deces. And I think we're gonna go. I actually don't know the difference between position and effect, and like how that actually plays out. So I don't know
Cool.
which one
So
to pick.
position is about where you are when you start the action. What kind of position you're in, which is to say the circumstances around you. Effect is about how well you can follow through if you succeed. So
I think effect might. Yeah, I think effect, because I don't know how this could be like not desperate. It's desperate. It's what it is.
yeah, I mean,
like I don't know if you feel
like with the setup, you have the ability to move it into a risky position, which means the
And so
consequences
what
will be lessened.
the consequences
things go
will be
bad.
less. Okay, then let's do that. Let's move it down to a risky.
Okay.
Because I'm
So-
worried if things go bad, then Zethu's just gonna die.
Okay.
We're getting there.
So risky
Okay.
position and standard effect.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how it goes.
All right, I see 1 6, a
Okay.
6, a 5, a 4, and a 2. So.
Great. So the 6 is what you need.
Good God.
So, Ahesha,
Thanks for that aid.
I think what you do some like badass maneuvering with this shuttle. You cut out the engines and the shuttle drops like a stone for just a few seconds. You shunt them back on, whip the shuttle around so that everything is sideways and you've got this open door, and slide right under Zethu. Zethu, you're tumbling through the air and you manage to sort of reach out and steady yourself enough that you go right through that door. You slam your head on a bulkhead. You slam your knee on another one, and then you fall into Gom's lap at the back of the shuttle, or on the side of the
timing.
shuttle, rather.
You got her.
Meanwhile, the Imperial shuttle is speeding away at top speed with Cheekra hanging off the side of this hole that he's blown in it.
I
Cheekra,
think
what
that
are
like
you doing? Yeah, let's stick with this for a second. Zethu.
Zethu just has like 1 second of just like still being semi-conscious and is just like, get that ship.
Cut to Cheekra. What are you doing?
I think you should see an extremely wind-blown Cheekra Ewok, like blow-dried Ewok.
Yeah, it's one of those fun videos where like the really shaggy dog is like into the blow dryer.
And Cheekra is trying to find a way into this shuttle.
Okay. I mean, you have one. You can.
Wiggle,
Yeah.
wiggle.
Let's get a roll to get in.
All right. Skulk. Sneaky critter.
Yes. If you're trying to sneak in so that Ziara doesn't notice that you're getting into the shuttle, you're going to have to be more careful in a way that will, like, put you in extra jeopardy. So this will be a desperate action.
Do it.
Well, I do love XP.
All right. So you're
yeah.
taking a desperate action, and we will call your effect. So your goal is to get inside. So we will call your effect standard, because you will be able to get inside if you succeed on this.
5, 4, 3.
Okay. So 5 is going to be a mixed result. So I think this is just going to be you. So you get in and you're sneaking in. So you are getting the drop on Ziara for a second. I think we're just going to kick this forward, and whatever you do next, it is going to have a nasty consequence for failure. I think that makes the most sense. So what does this look like as you slide into the shuttle?
I think Cheekra. I think there's a jagged edge to the to this, and I think there's Cheekra's hood tears as they wiggle their way into the cabin of the shuttle.
All right. So you slither through these, sparking conduits and the jagged metal of the shuttle, and into the sort of main space behind the cockpit area. You can see Ziara there. She appears to be just taking her hand away from a control panel, and the belly of the shuttle, that loading ramp, is lifting back up into place, and clicks shunk in, and the tremendous wind that has been blowing through here stops, and you can see from behind Ziara in the pilot's seat relax just a little bit, and then she takes a fist and just slams it through the co-pilot's console. Sparks fly everywhere. She's furious right now. What do you do?
Seems like a wanton destruction of property, but okay. Cheekra is absolutely about to just go full feral critter. What is there a way to get above and then leap down? The drop bear tendencies are strong.
You can leap over the back of her seat. That's kind of the best you could do.
So I think basically Cheekra's going for can you do a blood choke on Twi'leks? Because they're very humanoid.
You can try it.
I think Cheekra would know whether or not you can do a blood choke on Twi'leks.
I mean, listen. Part of what's going to determine, part of what's going to determine this is the roll.
All right, fair enough. So I would like to take the opportunity to study my target.
Okay, sure.
Since I have during this brief moment, just a quick assessment before.
Okay. So we'll say your position is risky, and your effect. I mean, you don't have a lot of time here. Your effect is limited.
Okay, still worth just taking that moment. Worst I can get is a 4 or a 5. I'm not sure what that means because it says 4 or 5.
4 or 5 is the same result. So 4
okay,
or 5
so yeah,
is
the worst I can get
success.
is that. I got worse than that on the dice.
Okay, so that
the worst I can get is a 4 or 5.
Okay, so you have a 4 or 5 result, and you're trying to figure out if
if she's hurt, how I can take advantage of that.
Oh, okay.
Situation. I'm just like, it's just like a quick
cool.
zip scope around the ship and see.
Yeah. So you can see her sort of like just sort of tilt to the side a little bit. She seems drugged a little.
Yeah, I think Cheekra is gonna pounce.
Okay. What does this look like?
I think it literally looks like a run and then a shockingly high jump for such a small creature. Canon Ewoks are like stronger than people, like human beings.
Sure.
Ewoks are very strong. They are little bundles of fur and rage and teeth. And I love them with every ounce of my heart, and fuck all the haters. And runs and jumps and is going to basically attempt to put her down as fast as possible. As fast as Ewokly possible.
Okay, great. So this is risky, and she is several tiers above you, so you're starting at no effect.
I'd like to use. Interesting. I would like to push myself to perform the unstoppable feat.
Okay.
If that would be acceptable.
What is
An act of superhuman strength. A feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman, in this case, the super Ewok.
Great.
Thank you, Empire fucking human-centric bullshit. So I would like to push myself to do that.
Cool. So
And then,
yeah, go ahead.
And then sneak attack.
Okay. And what's the sneak attack move?
I think Cheekra's gonna straight up try to hit her as hard as possible in the head.
Okay. Cool.
Headshot.
Yeah. So take 2 stress, and this will bump you up to limited effect.
All right. So that will be 4 dice because I would argue that she's vulnerable because she's drugged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm sneak attacking.
That's for sure. And you notice that with the other roll.
Yes. And yeah. That's a 6, a 4, a 3, and a 1.
Okay. You hit her in the head. Because this is limited effect, you're not taking her out, but it's a good first strike. So you leap at her.
I would also point I'm using a fine martial arts style to do this. So.
Oh, okay. That actually bumps your effect up to standard as well. So you leap at her head. You deliver this blow. What does this look like when you make contact?
I think so this is Ewoks exist in so the Forest Moon of Endor has a number of species that compete with the Ewoks, a couple sapient, a couple non-sapient, but they're all larger. Tree Gom, which is the Ewok martial art I just made up, is very focused on using leverage and applied very specific force to against larger targets. So I think you basically see Cheekra run, jump, grab, choke holds, and then use their entire body to spring backward and slam her head into the ground.
Yeah.
Pulling her clear out of the pilot's chair.
And this takes down most opponents when you do it. This is a serious maneuver. And she goes down hard. But she's not out. She as she goes down, her head slams slams the bulkhead of this, and you just hear her go, "What the hell?"
Hello.
And she sort of grabs you, and with also superhuman force is going to throw you bodily across the entire cabin. You slam into the back wall. You will take harm from this.
I would like to resist that.
Yes.
With
what are you
prowess.
Prowess? Great. Give me a resist roll.
I'd prefer not to. Wow, that actually kind of sucks for 4 fucking dice. That's a 4, a 3, and 2 1s.
Okay, so you're gonna have to take 2 stress to resist this.
That's great. I have 2 stress remaining.
All right. And she sort of shakily hauls herself to her feet, and she says, "What are you?"
I am Cheekra. Prepare to die.
Amazing.
You have a second. You have a second to act before she does something.
Love it.
Cheekra's absolutely gonna you have enough time to get to her and hit her again?
Yeah, you can try.
Oh, so Cheekra's gonna go for a takedown again. This time,
In this
Fuck.
moment, Hopper is Cheekra.
yeah.
All right.
Okay,
So
cool.
what are you rolling here? Is this another scrap?
This would be a scrap.
Okay.
But
So your
yeah.
position is risky, and once again we're back to no effect because of her team.
yeah, I guess can I take a devil's bargain? Because if I only have 2 remaining, so correct me if I'm wrong. If I pushed myself to do an unstoppable thing again, it would put me unconscious.
You'd
Or
be
dead.
out.
It would put me down. So
Yeah, Devil's Bargain.
I am using
will
a
give you
fine martial
another-
arts style.
Yes. So that puts you up to limited effect.
Mm-hmm. Can I take a devil's bargain or a bargain with the dark side, as it were?
Yeah, you can take a dark side bargain. You can basically you can hit her, and she's gonna hit you back really hard.
Commit me, brethren.
Oh my god!
all right.
No.
You said it already, gods.
Yeah, I want to.
Cheekra fights the narrator. I roll to attack the narrator.
Okay.
No, go ahead, dude. I'm just being a dick.
Do you want to know the details about how hard she will hit you?
Maybe.
You're gonna
Yes.
lose a body part if you take this bargain. It's Star Wars, kids.
How hard is it to get body parts back?
You can get a robot, whatever. It's Star Wars.
Got a doctor and a mechanic. Go for it, dude.
True.
What could happen?
I live, I die. Cheekra lives, Cheekra dies, Cheekra lives again in the great trees beyond the veil. 6, 5, 4, 1. Go fuck yourself.
All right, 6. You do it. So you go rushing at her. You leap into the air, and I think you grapple. With her. She
Probably goes low to
Yeah.
slam her.
okay.
Oh, I like the image of the teddy bear just wrapping around her head.
Starts low and then climbs her like a fucking tree.
All right. So you go in low, and you I think you bring her down. You bring her down to the ground, and she reaches out from somewhere with a vibro knife and just whips off one of your hands. And your little furry paw goes flying and thunks onto the console of the shuttle. I'm gonna give you.
World.
I mean, this is level 3 harm, right? There's no scenario where this isn't. So you are gonna have.
That's 2 level 3ers in our
You're
party.
gonna have level
right
3
now.
harm maimed.
I'd like to bite her in the throat and resist that.
You cannot resist this. You made the devil's bargain.
You can't resist. You can't resist level 3 harm. Rude.
Well, it's just a devil's
that you
bargain.
can't resist. You accept.
Oh,
it.
you can't resist. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So you can bite her in the throat.
Can I still bite her in the throat?
Yeah. So level 3 harm is you need help. So you get to do one thing, and then you need help or you're gonna bleed to death.
All right. So this is definitely going to be a gambit. And I already have 2. So here's a question, mechanical question.
Yep.
I have 2 I have 2 stress remaining.
Yes.
Can I willingly, with my last action, push myself and willingly put myself at max stress? Because it's my last action anyways, like a desperate last gasp?
Yeah.
Well, max
Right.
stress will kill you, right?
No.
No.
It doesn't kill you, it just takes you out. It takes you off the job. So it
For
will
the
take
rest
you
of the
out
job.
of this. Yeah.
Does this include,
For
would
the
this
rest of
include the, wait, so I
Finale?
guess, would this include the rescuing or kidnapping the engineer?
No, that will count as a new job cycle.
All right. Well,
So
I'm out either
this
way.
all still counts as what has now become a bounty hunt and what was originally a
Canister, so you can.
yeah, like a nice little pickpocketing.
Cheekra lives. Cheekra dies. Cheekra will live again.
Okay.
So I would like to, yeah, so I will push myself to perform a, okay, wait, so that puts me at 1, 2, 3. Is it worth spending the other gambit, guys, or no?
I don't think we have any left.
We do. We had 2.
Yeah, I used one.
Oh, you used one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
And we
used
don't.
one to catch Zethu.
Never mind, that's fair. I missed that, so we don't.
Yeah, unless somebody else generated another one with an ability.
Actually, I did.
You had and you used it.
No, didn't I just generate one?
You did actually, yes, because
Oh,
it was
there you
it was
go.
a risky action.
I would like to use that again.
Yeah, you can absolutely use that. Yeah. You did good.
All
you
right,
did
so
good.
I'm going to roll 4 dice, and I would like to specifically, again, perform a supernatural force, and perform a supernatural feat of strength.
Mhm.
That being with my grubby little furry, unconscious, fading breath, I want to tear her fucking throat out
Yeah. All right. So you are at.
with my teeth.
This is a risky action because you're actually in a surprisingly good position, given what you've done thus far, and I think effect would be nothing to start with, but you're using your martial arts style, and you're using something else, right?
And I'm using unstoppable, which is
Great. Okay,
the,
so you're up to standard effect, so risky standard.
6, 3, 2, 1.
What does it look like when you tear her goddamn throat out?
Nice.
think- First, you see, because this has gone to the ground. So first, you see Cheekra, and actually, this is probably the first time the camera really notices.
Keep
that,
in mind
Cheekra-
this is Star Wars.
Yeah,
Just
What,
in
no
your
gore?
description of blood and gore.
okay. Well, I was actually going to say that this is the first time that the camera notices that Cheekra has some sort of metal technological port on the back of their back right side of their head, right behind their ear. That appears to that has always been hidden by their hood prior to this, and then it's also Star Wars, which implied that, just to be very clear, Ewoks will eat a motherfucker. Like,
Didn't see it though.
yeah, you didn't see it. So
You don't watch
the
it.
camera
It
the camera
happens, but
cuts
it's
away
off-screen.
as Cheekra punches her in the face with their stump arm.
my
Leaving a
God.
spray of blood across, and then the camera pans to the spray of blood from that, and then there's another secondary dramatic just gush of blood that covers that spray of blood. I don't know what color Twi'leks bleed, but we're about to find out.
I feel like it might be green. Is
I
it
was thinking-
green?
Christmas,
I'm
why
not
not?
up to
I
date
feel
on
like
the
it's green
phlebotomy.
or blue. It's not red. Let's say it's green. There's this spray of green across the.
Apparently, it's blue,
It is blue.
It's blue?
Okay.
but
Thank
Jen
you,
thinks a
doctor.
royal blue.
Fast, Doc.
Doc on that's medical degree coming into play. All right.
There is a
Something.
spray of this blue blood across the controls of the shuttle, and we see Ziara clutching her throat from behind. Come on, and she sort of gets to her feet and slumps over directly onto the controls as Cheekra, you sort of roll away from her in the other direction, having delivered this mortal wound. We cut to, I think, Ahesha's point of view. You look over your shoulder. There is Zethu in the back of the shuttle, conked out on Gom's lap. You look forward, and you see in front of you Ziara's shuttle pitch and swerve and then go spiraling into the ground, and there's a huge fireball below you, which is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh.
A dramatic turn.
Folks,
Hopper, you're
This has
killing me
been-
right now. I can't handle it.
this has been Flights of Fandom Longshot here at ManaPot Studios. We're going to be back with our final episode next week.
Holy hell.
So please join us Tuesday, won't you, at 8 p.m. to see what the heck happens? Because whatever it is, I guarantee it's gonna be bonkers. Once again, I have been your GM, David. If you'd like to check out the games that I design, you can go over to dbb-8.itch.io. I have a very, very important plug this week. Today is National Voter Registration Day. If you are a U.S. citizen over the age of 18, register to vote or check your registration status. Even if you think you might be registered, check to make sure. They're clearing people from rolls in some places. Errors happen. It's very important that you make sure your registration is current, all your info is up to date, etc. So please, please register to vote. Check your registration. Once you're registered, I recommend that you request an absentee or mail-in ballot to vote safely if your state allows it. Some states will allow you to drop those off in person, but you don't have to do things like wait in line or go into a potentially crowded polling place and contract COVID. However, the most important thing, absolutely 100%, is that you vote. So please vote. I am going to say this on every single stream that I am on from now until November, and you're going to get sick of hearing it, and the only way to make me stop is for you to go and vote. And to be clear, you should vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and you should vote for Democratic senators and representatives, and you should do some research on local progressive candidates in wherever it is you live, who are going to have the ability to make real change in your own community on issues like housing and police violence. So get out there, vote, and, vote, correctly, All right. Some websites
David,
that you might want to check.
May I?
Yes.
Just to piggyback. Or wait, do you want to keep doing the voting thing? Because I will piggyback after that.
Yeah, I was just going to give out some websites that you can use to register and check this information.
Do that first.
Check out vote.org, whenweallvote.org, votesaveamerica.com, turbovote.org. You have a lot of options. You can also just Google, register to vote. It is really, really important. Even if you think your district or your state or your municipality or whatever is safe, it's still important that you go out and you put the vote in. This is listen, every election is important, but this is maybe the most important one that you will ever vote in. Please go do it. Thank you. I cede my time to Hopper.
Just to be very clear, people's lives actually depend on your vote. In a very real and definable way. Which brings me to my next topic. September is Suicide Awareness Month. And it is it is a stressful time. A lot, and especially between the political climate, coronavirus, and the worldwide pandemic that's caused, a lot of people are experiencing isolation in a way that is incredibly destructive to their mental health. And we're also seeing there's just so many things going wrong with the world right now.
This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and I usually get pretty vocal about it this time of year. But take your time to reach out to the people around you, because we are ephemeral, and the people are having a hard time, and people will always have a hard time. And little actions matter, and to the people that are feeling alone and afraid and hurt in a way that they cannot express or solve, I promise you, there are people that will miss you. There are people that will feel that absence in their life. And there are a ton of amazing organizations, and there are a bunch of good hotlines to reach out to. And straight up, if you hit me up, and like this is not just now, this is any future recording, like you can always hit me up. I'm at Fail Deadly on pretty much everywhere, and that's with a 3 instead of an E, because I'm a trash person. But I am here for you. So if you're having a really, really hard time and you need somebody to talk to, hit me, or hit one of the hotlines, and like, there's so many people. Just, you're not alone.
Great. Thank you, Hopper. That was really, really heartfelt, and I really appreciate you bringing that up. I think we're basically saying the same thing here with our 2 public service announcements, which is take care of each other, right? All right.
Yeah.
So with that, let's just go around and do our little outros, huh?
Okay. I'm first this time.
Yeah, please.
David and Hopper covered some important topics, so I have a slightly lighter note to the first one that I will absolutely steal from my spin instructor, which is, if you are, single or dating or out in the world, make a promise to yourself that you will not hook up with someone who is not registered to vote, because if you don't do your civic duty, you ain't getting no booty. Just everybody takes that. That is what he said in class, and I was like, I know, exactly. So make that promise to yourself. And but besides that, I am Puja. You can find me on Twitter at Puja and at Pujaberwalkie on both Twitch, only in the chat, I don't actually stream, and on Instagram. You can find me here again at 8:30 Eastern this Friday for Constantinople by Night, which is a Vampire the Masquerade game set in medieval Constantinople. You can also find me next Monday on the Wandering DM channel at 8 Eastern for the season finale of Castle Falkenstein, which is an Arthurian steampunk magic Victorian game. And then, of course, I'll be here next Tuesday for the flight finale of this wonderful, crazy, bonkers adventure with this crew that's possibly half dead and completely confused. So I'll be here, and I hope to catch you around.
Which I believe, based on our order, goes to me. Once again, I'm Hopper, and I can be found on the interwebs at Fail Deadly, which is with a 3 instead of an 8 because I'm a bad person. And also, I'm on ManaPot a lot here every other Tuesday, and also on the Invisible Sun stream, Hole in the World, with one of my fellow cast members. And it's bonkers, and we're nearing an important story role, which, and holy shit, you should check that out. And again, Fail Deadly, you can reach me on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, like a whole bunch of places. But yeah, be good.
I think I'm up next. I'm Marcy, aka Experimental Madness. Yeah, I mean, everything that Hopper and David said ×2. Vote or I'll find you. I know I just play a wannabe Sith on our stream, but I can and will take you out. That is not a threat. It's just a promise. But also take care of each other so I don't have to do any of that. Because I'm already so busy. I can't add being a hitwoman to my list of things that I do. In lighter news, because we exist to bring you a little brief escapism from all of this strange and scary times that we are currently living in. As Hopper already said, I'm also on this channel every other Sunday for the Hole in the World stream. It is absolutely as far away as you can get from reality. So if you're looking for a really nice break, come check us out. I hope everyone is still enjoying our fun flights. Who knows where we're gonna go next?
We know.
We do know.
We're gonna tell you.
Secret.
You're gonna like it. It's gonna be cool.
You have to tune in next week to find out.
And I've been Wesley. To echo what my lovely friends have said, make sure you take care of your friends, family, your neighbor. Make sure to also do your best to take care of yourself. With that being said, don't put that burden on 100% you. Reach out if you need it. Extend a hand, even if you don't think your friends need it, because if you're not reaching out, they're probably afraid to reach out too. It's just kind of a pattern. On a lighter note, you can find me on most social medias as Horniest Lobster, with the exception of I don't laugh.
Makes me smile every time.
We love it so much. It brings us so much joy.
I'm glad my stupid freshman high school name can bring you, or in college name can bring you joy. So Horniest Lobster on most social medias except for Twitch, which is Missouri. You'll just see me in chats, usually just lurking. I think I need another drink after tonight's episode. That's all I got.
That's fair. Thank you all, everybody, for playing in the session. You're all great, as always. Thank you, everybody in chat, everybody viewing out there who joined us this evening. You are also amazing and great, and we love you. And we'll see you next time here on Flights of Fandom. May the Force be with you.